Starting the day on a high note. By anonpencil. Oh dear, could you go talk to Sweetie Belle for me? Rarity looks woefully at you across from her sewing machine for a moment, before returning to her newest commission. You've been holding a pincushion for her for a while now, in the hopes that it'll gain you some points. It hasn't worked for Spike, but, you know, you actually have a dick. Okay, not a horse dick, but it's gotta be better than that puny dragon. Not that you've checked that one time when he was sleeping or anything, or you would have anything to know about the fact that it resembles a tiny medieval flail for some reason. Nope, you'd have no knowledge of that at all. You shrug at her request. What about? Well, she hesitates, even pausing in her sewing. This must indeed be serious, if she's willing to stop her most favourite of all activities. Hell, you figure that even if you ever got the mare into bed, she'd probably be stitching up that hole in one of her pillows the whole time. Okay, that's kinda hot. You'd probably be fine with that. I do hope this isn't too much information, darling, she says haltingly. But my dear little sister is going through the change. The what now? Again, Rarity looks uncomfortable. Do young people where you come from go through a series of physical changes as they grow up? Oh, that's... Wait, really? Sweetie Belle is going through that part of her life now? You can't help but thinking that she seems a little bit too young. Yeah, you say, now very much the one who's uncomfortable. Well, she's just gotten her cutie mark after all, and so she's beginning to go through it, Rarity explains. Her legs are growing faster than the rest of her. She's getting clumsier, and even her voice is beginning to squeak. It's always squeaked, you say with a laugh. Not like this. The words hang almost ominously in the air. Something about them feels almost like a warning. Okay, well, what do you want me to do about it? You're almost afraid of the answer, and even Rarity's awkward, discomforted glance makes you reluctant to offer to help. You don't know anything about pony adolescence and that magical transition to adulthood. Though knowing this place, you suspect it involves singing. Everything here fucking involves singing. You see, she says, with her voice like that, she can't sing much right now, and she's feeling just so down about it. See, of course it involves singing. You do remember that little filly loved to sing whenever the mood struck her, which was often. There'd been many a time when you'd been trying to help her to go to sleep, only to hear, wafting gently over the breeze, the belted, almost black fat lady tones of a song, telling all to hush and go to bed. You wished she'd take her own advice sometimes. So could you go and just talk to her? Tell her that her voice is still pretty? Why me? Rarity smiles knowingly, almost coyly. Oh my dear, I thought you knew, she exclaims. The poor little thing had a bit of a soft spot for you, and I'd know it would mean more coming from someone she admires. Admires, eh? Well, maybe once she's done with puberty, she can admire you a little more. Maybe from the waist down. With her cute, soft little ass. Till then, this will definitely get you back home, and some points for little sister. Probably been around the block a few times, but she'll have to do. Plus, you don't wait to rub it in that little lilac little dragon's face. The poor dumb fuck. Sure, you say. I'll go give her ego a little boosting. Oh, wonderful, she exclaims, brightening noticeably. She's just outside hanging laundry. She'll be so glad to hear from you. As you head outside, you've prepared for your very best poker face. Of course her voice sounds good. Lovely even. What's there to be ashamed about? She sounds like a damn angel. It sounds like any good opera singer. You don't know why she's so nervous. You just hope she can get to her blush. That'll definitely be a mental picture for you to save. Hey, Sweetie Belle. You say with a warm, broad smile. She looks over her shoulder, and you can see the dejected, sad lines down her face, probably where she'd been crying. Her shoulders are sloped, and her entire posture just screams that she's miserable. Her lower lip even pouts out, like she's been given the powers that the puppy dog face in the hopes that they can fix her fractured vocal cords. As she spots you, her pout creases up into a smile, and her eyes almost sparkle. It's downright endearing. She trots towards you, and you have a sudden and irrational forbidden sense of a calm just before a storm, like something terrible is about to occur. But what in a question could that... Oh, hi there. What just happened? Dear God, your head, your ears. You reach up and touch the sides of your head, and when you pull your hand away, it's stained with red. Are you bleeding? It finally all hits you at once, and you realise, way after the fact, what had just happened. The crack in her voice, the sudden high-pitched squeak from that "hi" what has hit you like the shockwave from a nuclear blast. So high and so powerful you could scarcely hear the end of the world. You now hear nothing but a distant, shrill-pitched ringing. Your hands fly to your ears once more, trying to hold in the bloody fragments of your shattered eardrums, but it's too late. The cracking squeak has all but deafened you. Dear God, what have you gotten yourself into? Before you, Sweetie Belle's expression had changed from one of adoration to one of horror. You stare at her in shock as well, looking at her like the monster she is. Her lips begin to move again. Oh no. Oh Celestia, I'm sorry. Did I... You can barely hear the vibrations in her voice for her ruined ears, but you feel the world hit you in the gut every time. The wind is knocked out of you with each piercing, squeaky voice crack. It's like you're a bat being hit by a military submarine sonar. That bitch, Righty. What was she thinking? Are you a sacrifice to the pony puberty gods? You can feel your throat vibrate and know you are screaming in pain, even if you can't hear it. Where did you drop to your knees? You're unsure. You see her mouth open and shut in a quiver, and then, to your terror, she begins to cry. Each sob escapes her in a separate, forceful squeak. You scream, trying to counteract the sonar-like pulses quickly destroying your world, inside and out. You feel broken glass hit you from a nearby explosive window, cutting the skin on the back of your hand and arms. You feel a soft vibration in your chest as your heart tries not beat in time with shrieking sobs and fails. You're bleeding again. You can taste it in your mouth. Your nose? Your eyes? Both, probably. How can one tiny pony do this? Maybe her cutie mark should just be a picture of someone scratching a damn chalkboard or a satanic megaphone. She has to stop. Now. Please, you scream. Please, for the love of God, shut the hell up. This only makes her cry harder. Oh God, it's like you can feel your organs being rearranged from the shockwaves. Somehow your sound-racked mind recognises that there is another life form drawing near. Not that you have enough mental or physical fortitude to do anything about it right now, but at least you're aware. Through your red-coated vision, you can suddenly see Rarity approaching, and she's carrying something in her mouth. Two small roundish objects on a string. Are those earplugs? Nope, it's tampons. She stops in front of you, looking sheepish, and extends them. You can barely read her lips as she speaks. Sorry, darling. I should have given you these earlier. You're damn right, you stupid ivory cunt. Fumble for them. Blood continuing to pour from your various orifices, then shove them simply into your ears. The wheeling from the field next to you abates somewhat, but you can still feel your insides vibrating. You doubt your hearing will ever be the same, and you glare Rarity down, hoping your wrathful gaze explains everything that you're feeling. Today, you've decided that neither of the sisters is worth your time or eardrums. In fact, Fluttershy's looking pretty good about now. You've never been up for one of those quiet types before, but after all this, silence really does sound golden. And not just because Fluttershy's yellow. Tampon ears.